super excited to be here because today is a super exciting day, and let me tell you why. I had a little pop-up, sorry. Today I released The Heart, which is the final book in the Siren series, and if you can't tell by what's happening here, I'm really excited, like really excited. That book has been a labor of love for months now. I think I originally said it would be out in November, and it's not November. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's definitely June. And yes, I had to think about that and make sure that I was saying the right month, but it is June. It is not November, and yeah, I'm late as usual. As my life will tell you, in everything I do, I'm always late. But it's okay because it's finally out and you finally have it, and this series is finally complete, and I'm just so very excited about that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit. I just blogged about it, so you can check out my blog at rachelhigginson.com, and I talk about what the series means to me, and there's actually more of a personal meaning behind Ivy's journey than is maybe, I don't know, portrayed in the series. And it's definitely there, like you definitely know what I'm talking about. But I just kind of talk about like why it's so personal to me, and ways that we can help and all of that, because as fictional as the Siren series is, there are real issues that I talk about in it that are really hard issues, and just they affect a lot of people, and it's important, I think, to bring awareness to that and just get the word out that this is happening, that it's real. It's not a Liam Neeson movie, it's not Hollywood or fiction, that this is real, that it happens to real people. And I don't know, that's really important to me. So anyways, check out my blog, rachelhigginson.com, and find out what I mean and ways that you can help, because they're not just like throw money at something. It's a really cool cause. So check it out. Then I wanted to talk to you, since I'm doing a vlog and I already blogged about the Siren series. I want to talk about the things I have coming up and what is basically what's next for Rachel Higginson. What can you expect from me? There's a lot happening. The last 6 months, like second semester of this year, was insanity for me, and I'm happy to be here in this place today. Starting with the end of the Star-Crossed series, and then I wrote that, published in early December. Then I wrote the 5 Stages of Falling in Love, and then I wrote The Fall, and I wrote the 3rd season of Love and Decay. So I've had so much going on, and I feel like I've just been connected to my manuscripts and not, like, haven't really poked my head above the water that I was drowning in. So it's good to be here and breathing and not drowning, and but I finally feel like I'm in this really good place. And part of my issues was my fault, and I got myself involved in too many series. I can admit that. In 2000, well, I published the last Star-Crossed book the original last Star-Crossed book, Endless Magic, in February of 2012, and that was I'd only had 4 books out, but that was the best book to date that I had, sales-wise, and I just felt like I had reached this pinnacle of success that I never thought I would reach. And I was blown away. I was seriously floored, speechless. Any other word, awestruck, anything you can think of, I was that. And then I was pregnant, and we moved that summer while I was 9 months pregnant, and my oldest started kindergarten, and I wrote a book during that time, and it wasn't my best effort, but I was like not human. And so I wasn't myself. I was just like the product of my circumstances, because I was so stressed. And so that book was Starbright, and it did not do well. Let's just be be real. It did not do well. And that's okay because, honestly, I think if my success would have continued like it did with Endless, I would not have learned the million and one things I've learned since Endless, and I wouldn't have written any of the series that I'm writing now. So, like, it was a journey that I had to take and that I'm grateful for, but it was a journey. And so, in 2012, Starbright published in September, I think, 2012. And then from that point on, I did what I could to make myself relevant again. I felt like I had like reached this pinnacle, and then I nosedived down to the depths of obscurity. So, and also, that was also the turning point for the industry as well, where why paranormal started to fade and NA became this huge thing. And as a reader, that was awesome because I love NA. But as a writer who was writing only, paranormal YA, young adult fantasy, that was a difficult career move for me to make. So, maybe not the smartest, but it is what it is, and I'm never going to write, to trend. So I don't think I would, even now going back, I don't think I would change what I did. I just might do it a little slower. So anyways, I had, so then Starbright came out, so I had that open series. Then I started the second part of the Starcross series. Then I started the Siren series. Then I started The Bet on Me, which was supposed to just be a contemporary standalone, but ended up being turned into a series, which still hasn't progressed further. Then I started the Bet on Me series. Then I started, or the Bet on, I think I called it the Bet on Love series, but you know what I'm talking about. Then I started Love and Decay that summer. So I started a million projects all at once, and that's also when I got the idea for the 5 stages of falling in love. So I had all of these things that I wanted to do that I hoped would turn my career around, but I started them all at once, and so I made myself, I dug this pit for myself that like went to the center of the earth. That's how it felt at times, because there was just so much. So since the summer of 2013, I've been really working to, get out of that, to dig myself out of it, basically. So I finished the Starcross series in December. I wrote 5 stages, and now I finished the Siren series, which feels just amazing. Like, with each step, and I actually finished what I set out to do with Love and Decay, which was originally the first 3 seasons with just Reagan as the narrator. So I finished that as well. So, like, I've had all these massive, huge undertakings, and they're finally wrapping up. And so, like, each day I get this I feel a little bit better about myself and my career, because I'm not so stressed out all of the time. And especially now with the Siren series, that was a massive series that is completed now. And I mean massive in, like, on my side of it, on what I have to put into it and what I have to, my kids are playing Minecraft in the background. Are your kids obsessed with it? Because mine are obsessed with it. So anyways, if you hear little kids screaming, it's just Minecraft, nothing to be concerned about. What was I saying? Oh, on my end it was massive because there's so much research and development that went into the Siren series, and it's the mythological world that I built, and Olympus, and everything you read about in The Heart is just this huge world building phenomenon for me. So anyways, it was a lot of work, but it was so worth it. I'm so happy with how it came out. I really am. I honestly didn't think that I was capable of writing this story the way that I did, and so, like, again, on my side of things, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. You might hate the book, and for that I apologize, but it's finished now, so at least you can hate it and not have to wait for another book, right? Okay. Anyway, so what is to come? I had to write little notes for myself because forgetful. My friend Lee calls me a goldfish, and that is what I am. I do not have a good memory. So anyways, things to come, what you can expect from me. I'm still going to be doing, excuse me, oops, sorry, I was falling out of my chair. I'm still going to be writing YA paranormal. That's where I feel like my heart is. Like when I think about all the future projects I have, and I'll talk about some of the contemporaries I'm going to do, but I only can plan a contemporary, like, you know, I have like 2 contemporary ideas right now that I want to write. I have 12 YA paranormal, and that's not even an exaggeration. I actually have them like, or maybe it's 10, and the 12, 10 plus 2 makes 12. Anyways, I have a lot. I have at least 10 paranormal, young adult paranormal ideas that I would like to write, or fantasy, or horror, or science fiction, or whatever. Like, I have so many YA ideas. But I'm not going to do what I did again, ever again. And that is get myself under multiple series at a time. So moving forward, I am going to be writing more Love and Decay. There's at least 2 more seasons of Love and Decay coming from Paige's perspective, and there might be a 3rd one. I'm going to see how the first 2 develop. I have my story arc in mind, but I'm not sure how many episodes it will take yet. So we will see once I start writing and see how it goes. See how much Paige has to say, basically, if it's going to take up 2 or 3 seasons. So Love and Decay, and that is going to be starting. You can always expect that now from December to May. That will be like my timeline. I'm always going to start in December, and then it will run through May, if you want to plan for that. Why am I not starting it until May? This is a big, I keep saying May, until December. This is a huge question I keep getting. Everyone wants it sooner than that. But here's the thing, I have to write it. So the last few seasons I've been writing as I went along, as I published. But that is, I can't tell you how stressful that is. It seriously gave me massive anxiety. And it just takes over my life at that point, and the whole family suffers, and my kids suffer, my husband suffers, and so I can't keep writing like that, or I will end up killing every character in the series because I hate them all. So what I'm going to do is write it ahead of schedule, and then have it edited, so all I have to do is publish on the Friday that it releases. So that is why it's taking so long. That is why you won't get it until December. It's a good thing, I promise. The story will be better if I write it ahead of time. So, yes, you have to wait, but it's a good kind of wait. And if you're not in my Love and Decay support group on Facebook, you need to message me now so I can put you in it. Because seriously, it's like the best thing on the internet. We discuss Love and Decay like you would not believe. We have Man Crush Monday, where they post pictures of their favorite Parker, and we do question and answers that are exclusive to the group. So if you're not in my support group, message me, comment below, whatever, and I will get you in the group. And then you can join in the Love and Decay goodness on Facebook. So that's one thing. And then the next thing that I'm working on is a new contemporary. It's called Every Wrong Reason, and it's an adult contemporary, kind of in the similar style of 5 Stages, only it's just a different story, but it's in that like literary fiction adult genre that 5 Stages was in. And that is coming out September 22nd, and I'm going to have a pre-order up for that very soon. So be on the lookout for that, and the cover is gorgeous, like so gorgeous, one of my favorites. And it's from my husband, Kaitis Design Co. And he just does really awesome work. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with him. He really does awesome work. You can look at any of my other covers and you'll think so too. So be on the lookout for Every Wrong Reason, and I'll release the blurb with the cover so you'll kind of get a better idea of what it's about. And then I'm actually going to be doing I've done a lot of paranormal / horror / science fiction lately, so I'm going to be working on a lot of contemporaries. I'm going to kind of squeeze some of those in. So while I'm working on Every Wrong Reason, I will also be working on Bet on Me. That's like, other than my September 22nd release of Every Wrong Reason, Bet on Me is the next major project that I am including in my work schedule right now. So I know a ton of people are waiting for it and can't wait for it, and that's awesome. So thank you. You've waited so long for this book, like so long. And here's one of my little ones. That's Scarlet. Go play Minecraft. Sorry, that was me as a mom. What was I saying? No, this is kind of like how I work too. What was I writing? I just got interrupted 10 times. Oh, so I know you. So you've been basically waiting since the year 2012? No, 2013 for Bet on Me. So I'm finally coming to to the point where I can include that in my schedule and get to work on it. So even though Every Wrong Reason comes out September 22nd, I'm really hoping that Bet on Me will come out around, probably not in September, but sometime this fall. So fingers crossed for that one. I'm not going to give like an exact date for it yet. I'm going to wait and see how I write it, because I feel really bad when I have to move dates around and I tell you something and then I have to change it. So I'm going to wait till I finish it before I give you like an exact date, but it should be sometime around that time of the year, hopefully. And then if you're waiting for the Star-Crossed, or not Star-Crossed, why did I start all of my series with an S? Good question. I have no idea. It's very confusing for me. Anyways, if you're waiting for the Star Bright series, that one is a little bit on hold. Not permanently, not forever, but with Love and Decay, with what happened to me in the last 6 months of craziness, chaos, I am slowing down and I'm making more realistic goals for myself so that I don't burn out. I don't feel like I'm close to burning out, but I also know that I can't keep the pace that I'm keeping and not burn out, basically. So I'm slowing down my writing schedule and I'm giving myself more realistic deadlines, more realistic daily writing goals, that kind of thing. And so with Every Wrong Reason and Bet on Me, I'm not sure that I will get to the Starbright series until next year, which means that you will have waited probably like 2 years for the next book in that series, which is not good news. I know that so many of you are waiting on it and actually really love the series and care about this series, and I hate that it's going to take me so long to get to the series or to the next book. But what I'm hoping is that by the time I get to the next book, I can jump right into the 5th and last book of that series so that you will have to wait for a long time for the next one, but then you won't have to wait for the final book. I just need to be in a better place where I can focus completely on that series and finish it for you, and I'm not there yet. So I do apologize for that. It's frustrating, and I know I didn't really leave you in like a good place, or that it even feels like there's remotely a conclusion, or like you know it can happen. So I apologize for that. But like I said, hopefully when I finally get to the series, to the end of the series, so I will be in a good place. And yeah, like the hippie part of me is like, this is the journey the series needs to take, and you know the books will be better because I'll be a different person by then. Hopefully, you know, I'll just have grown as a writer. So yeah, I apologize for that. It's not that you won't get anything from me, just that particular series is on hold for a little bit. Oh, and then the other thing I'm going to be doing more of is, I'm going to not be writing so much, so I'm hopefully going to be more available to the readers. I've felt very neglectful over months, I keep telling my author friends, like, I am the worst. They hate me. Like, I'm super behind in my deadlines, and on top of that, I am never around. And I feel an immense amount of guilt. And my writer friends are like, but you have the best readers in the world because they love you anyway. And so I wholeheartedly agree with that. I really do have the best readers in the world. And thank you for sticking with me through all of my chaos and craziness and life and, yeah, missed deadlines and whatever. So I'm hopefully going to be attending more signings so that I can put myself in more places to meet you guys. Not a ton. It's really hard for me to travel during the school year, especially because I have 4 kids and they go to school and not all of them are in school. So it's like I have to find help to get the older 2 to school and the younger 2. It's just a mess. When I leave, it's a mess. Like, my house falls apart. But, I mean, other parents travel. I'm not the only one out there traveling. It's just, I need to be more organized to start with. Anyways, so I am going to try, so I'll be traveling a lot during the summer months, and then 1 or 2 during the school years. So I was just in Utopia, and I actually won a Utopia award. I'm going to vlog about that tomorrow because that was insane. You guys, I did not expect 5 Stages won Best Contemporary of the Year, and I didn't expect it, like, at all. Like, I hadn't even prepared a speech because my brain couldn't even, like, get beyond the nomination, if that makes sense. Like, I had nothing. And my mom asked me what I said for my acceptance speech, and I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. It was like a completely white space in my head. Oh, sorry. I'm a mess. I'm sorry. So anyways, thank you to everyone who voted for 5 Stages because that was such a huge honor, and I'm so blessed and amazed by it. And so my next signing that I will be at, that one was in Nashville, and then I'll be in St. Louis in a month, in July 23rd, 24th, and 25th at PendaCon, and I believe there are still tickets. So if you haven't met me and live in the area, come meet me, get some signed books, and come. I'd love to talk to you and meet you face to face. That one is a super cool one because you get to hang out with authors for basically 3 days, well, 2 days and a teen day, and so it's a lot of fun. There's cool panels, there's cool keynote speakers, there's an award ceremony with a masquerade ball, which, how cool is that? I still have to buy my mask because I don't own one. Big surprise. So I'm really excited about that. And actually, I'm up for an award for that one too. Lemon Decay is up for Best Cereal, Best Novella Series. So when the voting opens tomorrow, please vote for Lemon Decay if you think it deserves to win. And then after that, beyond that, I will be at SFSE, SpecFic Southeast. It's a convention in Orlando, and it's in September, and I can't remember the exact dates, but I will post them all over my Facebook and Twitter and blog and all that, and I will actually be doing a workshop at that one, which might be interesting to any of you that are aspiring writers. I'm going to be talking about plotting, and I use something called an 8-point story arc to develop my stories, so I'm going to be talking about that. And I'm also going to be talking about something I call and use a rolling outline, and it's how to outline your stories in a very flexible way. So I know a lot of people don't like to outline because they're like, it changes with each chapter I write, and this kind of panders to those of us that used to be pantsers. So if you're an aspiring author, definitely that one is a good one because I have a lot to say, and I say it in a really easy way to understand because that's how I needed to learn it. And so that is my gift to all other authors, to just like, here is this amount of knowledge that you need in the easiest possible way to understand it. So so that's that. So definitely check that out. And then I have some things coming up in the winter winter and fall too, or winter and spring of 2016 too. So I'll wait to really go into those till we're closer to those dates. But yeah, so I want to be just more available to the readers and get to know more of you guys, and sign actual print books that you can take home with you. So anyways, I spoke for way longer than I thought I was going to. But I wanted to catch you up on where I'm headed and what you can expect from me and all of the good things I have coming to you. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vlog,